Hey guys, Derek here at Get Fit in Amarillo, and today bringing you the shoe review of the Hoka Bondi X. Hoka has now officially dropped One, so we can now call it Hoka and not be cutting short their name. This is the Bondi X. Yes, there is a Bondi 7. One moment. Bondi 7, Bondi X. I'll explain the difference in a minute. Let's go through the main details here. We have the men's size 9 that weighs 10.5 ounces. And we have the women's size 7.5 here that is 9.6 ounces. Now, the men's compared to the men's Bondi 7 is actually lighter by 0.1 ounce. Not really noticeable. Women's is heavier by 0.2 ounces. Again, not noticeable. Basically, let's say they're the same. We have a stack height of 33 millimeters to 28 millimeters on both. So there are a drop of 5 millimeters from heel to toe stack height. So that lifts your heel up slightly higher than your toe, but it gives you more of a feeling on the ground. You can feel the road a little bit more by having your feet like that and not so much just on your toes. Now, this is a max cushion daily training shoe, just like the Bondi. But there is a carbon plate. It is running right here in between the midsole and the EVA foam. So you might wonder, why do you need a carbon plated daily training shoe? Well, what this does is it allows energy return on your legs. So it is a max cushion, and you can see the cushioning in it. It has the natural Hoka softness. Once you put it on, it just feels great. And when you step in too, you're just like, whoa, I sunk down into that. But with the carbon plate, it gives you a little pop off on your toe, which we've talked about, I believe, in other rolling technologies, but the carbon plate does the popping itself. You don't feel it at a time like you do in a racing carbon plated shoe that really spring you forward, but it's doing it even if you don't totally feel it, giving you a nice energy return to your legs that you aren't so dead afterwards. And you don't just sink into it, and after you go kind of long miles that you're just like, oh, I'm just sinking into my shoe and they're heavy and I'm tired. The energy return given back allows you to go a little bit longer with your legs feeling fresher longer. So that's the Bondi X with the carbon plate. The upper is a nice breathable mesh. It is a little different than our Bondi 7 mesh. It's lighter, it's a little bit more open. I said lighter, but it's also a little bit wider, a little more open toe box than our 7. So anyone that's put on a Bondi or any Hoka and said it kind of feels narrow, this one actually is a little bit wider, and the toe box is held up by this overlay here, so it won't collapse onto your foot. That sometimes happens in a Hoka. And so your toes won't feel so squeezed. It's really nice and light and flexible and breathable. We have a very plush collar around here. The difference, this one in the Bondi 7 is a memory foam collar. It's for max comfort, just gonna gel to your foot. This is just a plush collar, still feels amazing. It just, and it reduces weight by going away from the memory foam. The tongue is gusseted, which you know I love. The little negative, I would say, look how small, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I can barely even grab it. I wish it was a little higher, like in the Bondi here, which you clearly can see a hole. But it is thin, reducing weight, it is gusseted, so it won't roll over, and it allows it locked down when you tighten the laces. The gusseted tongue will wrap around your foot. The laces are flat, giving you more room for lockdown. Pull tab, which is a beautiful thing. You don't hurt your finger in slipping it on. I love pull tabs. And then the outer sole has a good amount of rubber along it. It's where the orange is. This is midsole EVA foam. So it does wear out a little, but it's really long lasting. So where they put the rubber is usually the most places you put your foot for impact. And so they said reduce weight by getting rid of some rubber. That we have a little bit more rubber on the normal Bondi, as you can see. Little EVA foam here, but more rubber than here. This is where you need it. They're not going to put extra just to make it heavier, trying to reduce some weight. You can see the carbon plate through the holes, probably not in the video, but if you check out the shoe. And then you can see a difference here on the heel. We put a swallowtail, that's what they're calling this, almost like a goat hoof or something. We call it a swallowtail. And the point of this is a more stable, or stable, better landing, toe off from heel to toe. You have a more firm landing on your run than just a normal heel drop here. You're landing further back and transitions nicely. That's what I was looking for, transitions nicer. So we got a swallowtail for that reason there. So this shoe is made for the long distance, the training miles, but you can also pick it up in the speed category because of that carbon plate that is in there. Now, you won't be breaking any world records in it because it is a heavier shoe, but you can pick up the paces. So if you're a marathoner, that's kind of new to the marathon world, and you want to race in something, but you don't want your feet hurting, but you don't need a max racer that's crazy, this would be a good option. Keep you comfortable for the long 26 miles, but if you do want to speed it up because you're in the middle of a race and let's try to get your goal time of something, this will pick it up for you, unlike this heavy, bulky Bondi that you're pretty much just going to feel comfortable all day long. And I'll say the use for the Bondi, personally, I would use this as a wearing shoe. Anyone out there that wants to go to work and you're on your feet all the time at a convenience store or grocery store or hospital or anything like that, I recommend the Bondi 7. You're going to be on your feet all day. This is a great wearing shoe. Running's wonderful as well. It's just, to me, if I have two of them, I'm going to lean towards the one that gives me energy back and a tad bit lighter and a little bit more open of a box. My feet don't feel so cramped. So in the running world, I'm recommending the Bondi X. In the wearing world, I'm going to Bondi 7. Price difference though is this one is $50 more, $200 to $150. But in the running world, if I'm buying a shoe I want to use for long miles for a long period of time for all my training and still get a good feel and energy return, and you have the income that you're able to put down on a shoe like this, I recommend, I would spend the extra $50 for this. So that's just my personal opinion. You tell me your opinion in the comments below. What do you think? Would you spend that extra money on something that you might already have for 50 cheaper? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe to other videos, check out the other videos, look at our Instagram, Facebook page, join a running class, or check out races coming to you soon. Appreciate you watching, guys. Bye.